Lois alikuwa sema we are the same people who are saying kids wasaia wana adabu, the world is cruel out there, teach your kids right but usichape ya kuumiza. Yes kuna ile nasema like there's a certain level of nini alafu pia beat a kid who can understand. I've seen kids who are less than 2 years old being slapped hivi. Mtoi brain hata ija develop anachapwa hivi. Unacheki? So you inaweza end up unajua brain ya mtoi imekuwa messed, imekuwa so there's a lot of stuff ile tuna notice tuna understand. So mtoi kama huyo nikipata madhaki amemshika alafu anamchapa hivi because the kid will still cry. Unajua these things are all mental. So kishika kama mtoi kachape hivi they'll cry as much as ukimchapa hivi.
Yeah, of course.
It's the same level of
because the idea ni kumwonyesha amefanya kitu mbaya. Kama kuna zingine wakatuni hiyo gesture tu kitu fulani. Leo nilikuwa na watch video fulani kwa TikTok kama mtu kana agina madha yake anauliza kama sijui kama alikojoa kwa nini toika no nini so anacheza huyo madha bwana anamuuliza nini aliingia tu kwa draw akachukua kinini kama kimwiko hivi. Tunasema yes na akatulia ile tu hata kuguswa. Kuna kwa tu na ile ishara kuonyesha vile tu mother alikuwa na macho fulani alikuwa akionyesha unajua okay I'm not supposed to do what I'm doing. Si eti tena lazima akishajua hivyo sasa amefanya makosa si lazima uende umpunish tena. It doesn't make sense.
Sasa unaambia hiyo story design ya mother ilikuwa hiyo those two words link fi like that has always stayed with me. Like this woman would just say those words look at us and we'd shut the fuck up like we'd because I think because I was a last born I was spoiled in my own way. So I used to complain about a lot of shit. So kama dishi because me one thing ile musemaga compared to like my food range ile time niko na ishi na mother and right now I eat unhealthy. Mother in 1 week 7 days there was no way in these 7 days ungekula the same thing any 2 days. The only constant mostly was ugali. But leo ikiwa ni ugali na nyama kesho most probably itakuwa ni sukuma wiki na mayai ama inakuwa tu ni bo ni morenda. I think itakuwa ni that morenda shit sindio, that slimy shit. The next day itakuwa ni omena sindio. The next day kuwe ni maybe cabbage alafu after cabbage kama kuwe ni fish alafu hii fish mekula leo kama kula tilapia next week mtakula mumi some mad fish ama mkule mbota ama mkule like the range of food for nutrition
man.
Like mother it was crazy. Like nowadays I look at I'm like shit maybe this is the reason why my kid does not eat as much as we used to because mtu yangu like the food is somehow predictable. Itakuwa nini like nyama is always there nini mother konta kwa hiyo sikuzidiza akina deck akina nini alikuwa pale like the same thing link thing like dude eat
jo
unacheza
mother akiekelea githeri unajua those time atakuwa na fridge mnaidishi mpaka iishe you get unajua ilikuwa ni sufuria big
kuna hiyo shit
ya kazi githeri mlakula mpaka ulikuleka githeri unainja kutupa kiasi
ishi jo afu na make sure placement pataona because akiona
wewe itakuishi unajua githeri inakaa for like you know 5 days like what the fuck alafu I don't know walikuwa mezoeaje because maragwe you could count na kama 4-5 hivi alafu budako
hiyo ni nyoyo hiyo sio sigidheri hiyo ni nyoyo
ushangalia plate ya budako kashanga
budako ametengeza special Oh shit. Alafu acha tu nini special shout out to Osoro asante sana for the super chat. Alafu pia Sodium anasema tuangalie M-PESA tunaitumia kurecord backup so tutacheck baadaye but asante. Kagunya Gathi alikuwa sema mostly kids who are abroad. Okay, sija relate. Alafu Elizabeth Chemtai alikuwa sema I tried your shit ya kuangalia mtoi wangu aliniambia mam mbona ananiangalia hivi. This new school kids
the audacity they have. Mtoi wangu aliuliza my wife wiki tu alimwambia sijui alimwambia nakwambia hautakula hiyo kabla hujamaliza food. Kasema you're not the one who buys. You're not the one who buys.
You understand?
As in, do you know, like unaweza kuwa umeleta maybe some queen cake during meal time.
Yes.
Ile time nafika maybe ndio wana dish hiyo time. Sasa yeye anataka kuacha na dish yake akule what I've brought.
Yes.
Na ni breakfast. Sasa nataka kuingia budget ya breakfast kiraya hiyo. Na hata kula amalize kana matupi mbili. Sana naambia like nimekuambia Jabali usichukue kitu hapa. Naambia you're not the one who buys.
Yeye naambia madhaki. I know.
Sometimes ala kutest yani.
Cause you
want me to use my mom's tactics.
Hiyo ndio kitu nakwambia like pia mu get na hizo arguments na mjunior. Kitu yote akijua madhaki ndiye ameleta anaweza pull hiyo. And that's the thing I was telling you now you have this thing where that's very rude and you want your kid to be unacheki because you want your kid to still be able to express themselves because expressing themselves is crucial to their development but you don't want them to be rude. So kuna hiyo element you're not the one who you're not there. So you juaga
kashaanza kujua like cash flow.
So electronics you juaga kila kitu ni mimi. Alafu so kitu yote kama electronics of course iziambia madhake you're not the one who cause ni shida but mimi sasa since sini mabeste kutakuwa na zile you're not the one who did this like, unacheki so kuna hiyo level ya you have to it's very tricky. That's why nasema like you can't teach someone how to like sisi pale tumefika tunafaa kuendea mamadha zetu ambi like asante like especially the ones who didn't grow up around violence kama sisi like me mother like my parents were not that violent as much as nasema hiyo link hiyo link I think ilikuwa tu mother ilikuwa try kuniteach hiyo story ya ku-appreciate vitu so with time of course you understand. Alafu hiyo design ya ukichapwa nje ilikuwa like to keep you masculine because as you said our dads were not there like full time. They'd show up late leave very early nacheki so the only time ya kuwa man ilikuwa hiyo madhako kufundisha like that's how to be a man. Enda huko nje kuja kuona bleed I'll help you clean up and whatever so the only fucked up thing was sister alikuwa na go through shit cause sisi ilikuwa na kama hapo umejaza madamu mara amekupanguzia damu alafu anaambia sister enda uoshe sister na sister alikuwa na jao na hizo story because alikuwa she was a feminist in her own way back in those days na mother alikuwa misogynistic in her own way so kuna hiyo halafu Sodium anasema niza relate na hiyo story yako so kuna hiyo story ya watoi wetu wanaanza kulearn so many things too early but now how do you make sure that they don't
overdo it ama they grow up to
you don't want your kid to be a spoiled brat going places telling people you're not the one so so now getting that balance so kuna kitu Lois amenichekesha nayo hapa anasema tukamtoika akiwa below 6 years old na chuna tu na nikumbusha na kukaka hizo niko na yonaga ocha mostly nikamtoika amechunwa moja manti zangu akipiga story tukona ni acha kamteka kama chunwa hayachiki alafu the more kama nini mina twistiwa hiyo ndio afina achilo I respect that more than whips whatever
ama zile za kuna zenye zilikuwa za kisniper hakuna msi anajua amekuchuna lakini hapa hivi kwa kahasho ame dig deep hata ubongi you guy unajaribu kubonga na kasi
alafu mambo zile za lengthy una nini so so in hindsight vile nasema like
Yeah.
ka ulifika if you're an adult and your parents were not violent you should thank them if you didn't end up being like a hooligan and like go somewhere in committee then they should have whooped you.
Yeah, man. If
you ended
you're
up
streaming from Kamit,
so itakuwa nini zako ulikuwa nenda kunini kuenda kutengeza tiabe yako nitatengeneza tu sisi tuko hapa tukicheki nini so tunabonga juu hizo stories za parenthood and whatever so the worst beating you ever got at home mi nishampatia gatu story like a million times I think unaonga kwa weekend update Rauja kusema chapo of justice like his mother and the shopkeeper so mi nile nichapa gom of justice na manko zangu
after katachu
that's the worst beating I ever got.
Lakini ulikuwa unafaa
kwanza kuja yes
kwa sababu
then I had
board matatu meishia
nimeenda mpaka wocha na mimi nilikuwa nachoma picha so I understand you the worst beating you ever got
the worst beating ilikuwa tulichapwa mimi na sister because mimi ni twin na sister yangu so most of the things ulikuwa tunafanya pamoja alafu nachomko wawili kuna hiyo combined effort ya kwa tu mrui mother alikuwa na work hosi unajua hizi vibuyu za paraffin sana sana zilikuwa ni zile vibuyu jerrycan za dawa nakumbuka hiyo ilikuwa ni Piriton GlaxoSmithKline mother alitoka tu from nowhere hiyo time tulikuwa tumeenda kuchoma takataka lakini tumetumia paraffin kalita moja
shit
kila pepa tulikuwa tunaibaptize na paraffin mother alituvunja kwanza alikuwa na roll up sleeves zako hii mkono inabaki exposed na by the hapa ni painful so nakutandika maslap za hapa unachunua
which is good because unajua mngejichoma mliza choma mchome hao it could have done so much damage
but then again akakama kacheki but that was tulikam kujua later atuchapi juu ya paraffin alikuwa anatuchapa juu paraffin ni pink amesema kuna vitu tunaweka kwa paraffin because you know it can be used kama tumechange composition
okay
basi tunashangaa kuna mimi naangalia sister namuuliza like you know to science too while receiving the beating ni wewe mimi sikumbuki tukieka shit hapa
so kumbe, did you find out
later tukatunga mafuta hata tukakia kwa the same kibuyu ikaturn pink ilikuwa reaction ya hii chupa ikuoshwa poa vile ilikuwa na Piriton we wacha nipeleke kesi sasa Hague madhi kwanza hiyo time nakumbuka vile lilivunja I remember nikimwambia you are wrong na kuna you know your parents were
we never
real wrong na hakuwa na admit ati they are on the wrong nikwambia mami mafuta ni inakakala gani naambia ni nolituchapa akaniambia sasa hiyo next time utaenda kufanya kosa kama hilo sitakuchapa
umepata ka free pass
man.
Get out of jail free card which
but I remember that time
try to take she'll still whoop your ass
so jaisao
kuzata imenikumbusha ile kuna best yetu alikuwa anapatia hiyo story ya vile sasa ni budake alikuwa violent but the mother loved them but I think maybe the mother feared the dad so when they were being whooped by the father the mom would be like the hype man so iko nini nyon nger ni like step on the lizard yes they are getting yes
wewe ndio kwa ring na
hapo nini unashindwa jo kunaendaje so kulikuwa na that bullshit but vile tumesema jo don't pass that shit to your kids and then
alafu kuna mapero sijui kama ushai kama cross unavunjwa alafu namwambia asante unamwambia asante
asante
kwa kunifundisha
kwa kunifundisha
yes, kunakuaga na hizo kuzinanikumbusha ile bullshit ya like inakuaga inasamkanaga kuna some cultures in Uganda ilikuja chapa wife anasemaga tu jamnoki kuna culture ya UG ilikuwa some that bullshit like kauja chapa wife na nakutolea hunipendi nipige kofi okay so wacha tubongeja vitu zingine pia zimehappen so kuna an M-PESA agent ulamkuwa charged with withholding 400,000 erroneously sent to her account like how stupid are you you are an M-PESA agent how you expect to get away with it like it's literally Safaricom can see unajua
you're a damn agent
sindio this is a dumb one alafu Kenya Airways passenger alikuwa arrested in India with 127 million worth of heroin
guy
do people know that Asia is the last person to go with drugs Asia like what try to imagine this happens okay so at least India don't know the penalty but afu flight ya India is end up Pakistan so let's get Pakistan out of the way because Pakistan is a Muslim country so you're getting killed
and I hope his hibiscus is listening
yes now try and imagine if umefly alafu if flight you need an emergency landing in this country naitwa China sindio alafu time ya China wamwe let's move the luggage from this plane to the other plane and that found in China that's a death sentence all Asian countries like those developed Singapore ni death Singapore silikuwa ile tinini
when you're entering
ilikuwa hiyo inaitwa Evans Msoka ya Japan kwa sababu ati sell drugs and we will kill you ati imeandikwa tuko airport sell drugs we kill you so this kuna vitu dumb like why would you do this like I understand we all want to be wealthy but drugs in Asia like if you want to supply drugs me uniambia like coat with $3 million worth of heroin landing in Amsterdam ama landing in Norway I understand usijua hizo ni countries za 5 years maximum
prison zao hata maybe tunaweza kanika tumechili
US dude hiyo ni usidhubutu US na Asia usidhubutu if you have to sell drugs uza Netherlands uza Ujerumani uza kina Norway countries zitakubembeleza walicheki ati Belgium ilikuwa na so very few prisoners mpaka they had to transport these motherfuckers to Netherlands because there was no need kuna raya kaa 3 jela na jela ni mob so like hey niaje simchukue tu mafala hapo kwenyu next time si ndio tutachukua kaisa idea
you would apply to be a prisoner there
si ndio
that's all
so unacheki that's and then now we have the real motherfuckers America. Shit so America of course most probably utadu life alafu ikikam to Asia they'll kill you hakuna hata story na watakuua so sijui kwa nini una try
lesingine ngori ni Russia UK
Russia watakupeleka Russia hata atakuwa saizi Russia ukishirikwa na crime ni buda ni aje chukua gun front line sawa you leaders unajua unapotu you are our leader like no I was not born a leader
naambia about drugs
kila TZ jo we are laughing about it but it's sad
it's sad
there's a TZ student alikuwa jela Russia alidedi all black people wakapatiwa guns unaenda pale tayari ma Ukrainians are racist as hell zinakuona pale tandiga risasi ziko like good harmonious side man I'm not trying to fight you so now you can try and imagine such a racist country utakuta maybe uja commit any crime but they don't want their own to die but since you're black and they treat you like you're less than unajua unaenda umekwa nini alafu kwanza imenikumbusha historia hii nini imenikumbusha hii wiki nilikuwa na watch hiyo movie inaitwa Plane poleni enda kuwa spoilia hii part moja but I think it's necessary for anyone if you're ever on a plane alafu the seat belt sign comes on anyone who's watched the movie Plane will never leave their seat even I think even on just a normal whatever flight because shit kuna scene moja ile where the seatbelt sign ina come on alafu an air hostess anatrai kustop msee fulani alikuwa ametoka kwa simu juu ameangusha simu. What happens next? Autaitoka kwa kiti yako ntako seatbelt. Okay, wacha nimefunga belt. Kwa nini nimefunga belt? Nilikuwa naona hii movie inaitwa Plane. Hey. Damn. Hey, movies zinaweza hey, damn. Hiyo scene hautaki kuona.
Sure.
Like they show you the worst that can happen. Yes. And whatever you think mtawachio si mtaniambia. Mko like what the fuck?
think hiyo ndio plan yangu ya kesho.
Like unaweza kaa chini hata kwa kiti yako ya Kenya ufunge mbele. The turbulence in this is not so so kuna hiyo movie inaitwa Plane. So kitu interesting ni Mike Coulter Omsem Black. So the fact that this movie was successful, now he's gotten now a new one. So inaitwa Plane. The next movie is going to be called Ship. Unacheki. So mtu yote akiwatchio movie atajua kwa nini now the next one is called Ship. But it's such a dope movie. Msaneza iwatch na nini because especially those scenes za plane unafaa kuziwatch at maximum volume because now unafilika huko ndani msalidu sound hiyo kitu alikuwa mkali. But it's a good movie. It's like one of those really good movies. Another good movie nimewatch ni Woman King. Of course I don't know how true whatever they're claiming happened but me nilifurahia juu the visuals. Felt like the cinematography was really good. The acting pia si mbaya vile.
Hata location si mbaya.
Alafu Da Vinci Roba anasema my colleague was arrested in Qatar selling bang. He's serving a very long sentence because they said he was disrespecting their undenaje kusell bangi
ni
kwa warabu like unje kuna vitu ngine ya kipumbavu and these are the people who should now travel back in time and your mother should whoop your ass. Unajua kuzia damu kuna vitu fai kufanya
kutupa watu kwa nini kwa from a story building
hawezi utaendaje kuuza wasikia ndio kuna fana nenda kuuza bangi wacha tuite tu bangi yani unaenda kuuza bangi Qatar kichwa chako ni mbaya. Kuna ideas zikika country yote ya Waarabu if even an idea like umelala tu siku hiyo alafu idea kakuja like hey, wacha tuanze hata si bangi nataka kuanza kuuza pombe hapa amka the next day urudi Kenya joko hizi ndoto si si bana huwezi cheza na nchi za Arabu. These people are angry bana.
Don't even get an erection. You get a place nikisha I'm not even getting an erection.
Sina kwambia like hiyo ni country siwezi nini kwa yule vile wase uenda wana start having affairs sijui na nini unatika dem kama Arabu kakuinkie mi dem Arabu akiniwinkia country kaa hiyo I'm traveling the same day narudi Kenya because that Arab dude won't understand that wife ndiali itakuwa wewe ndio litempt bibi yangu si ilikuwa
kafir
alafu kwanza mimi nilisema una nywele herefu kama ya bibi yani umefanya habibi umefanya habibi akanyonji ona cheza nini like some countries ni shauri yako mimi siwezi ona mtu huruma
ama utaipon hub kuna countries siwezi type vitu kama hizo
but imenikumbusha there's this story that I think like right now naweza patia na hii story and I hope because this story ilisikia bibi jo unajua ile story ndio kupatia tu a story moja like someone gave me this story and I decided I was not going to give it the story on economy but I'm going to give people this story. So there's this story of this dude say a friend of an economy fan. So this dude was in the US. So I don't know if he went in the US to study. So vile alifikaga US kustudy akaanza kukatia dem fulani dem alikuwa Germany then akaambia dem ni aje si ubaki umeapply for nini green card pia mimi na try mimi nimekaa huku kustudy but I'm also trying to get my green card blah 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 the girl tried and on her first attempt she got the green card then the girl ended up joining the dude States. Alafu when she joined the dude in States they were lovers but ile design ya Professor J ukienda mjini kuwa makini. Soon this girl of course amefika hapa, she ends up making Kenyan friends, and now these Kenyan friends loved to party, and that dude was more of Mimi than anyone. Like originally, like didn't like partying, just liked staying in the house. So wakaanza kukosana because she'd go partying and leave the dude in the house. So wakaanza kukosana, and it reached a level where they decided to break up. But zizi kuna hii mara moja ile walikosana, alafu vile walikosana, what the dude did was okay, this is his version of the story, I don't know how true this is, but he says like he grabbed the girl's hand very tightly because hakuwa anataka dem aende out. Another thing sijawambia ni udem, she was a single mother. So when she came to the US, vile aliendaga US, she went with her kid. And then this dude invited them, like lived, even he's saying that he took the kid as his own. And then out of nowhere, the girl said the kid needs to go back to Kenya. So when the kid was sent back to Kenya, that's when the dude, now the woman changed. Now she wanted to party every weekend, cause whatever. So there's this once where he grabbed her and maybe he grabbed her too tight. Alafu anika demaka akipull hivi kone ka scratchika. That's what he says. And then she called the police.
She's assaulted.
Yes.
Shit.
When she called the police, aka nini assault charges. Remember, this guy does not have a green card, sindio? And at this time he's applying for a green card. But crimes kama easy, apparently the sort of crimes that get you deported. But this dude was saying like before he left Kenya, he was like alikuwa amefika his lowest point, like he was doing badly. But I think alikuwa ameenda JKUAT, and at JKUAT he done well at JKUAT. So one of his professors ni akamrecommend, akamwambia unaweza enda majuu kudo masters or something like that. Alafu now kuenda US, of course, the land of opportunities. He's seeing opportunities everywhere. But this girl now shows up and says
he's assaulted.
And now they made peace. Hapo kwa hao wakasikizana like okay, we can break up as long as hii siku ya hii kesi ikihappen, don't show up, so that the case will just be dropped. If she does not show up, the case will be dropped. Then now the girl had him by the nuts. So every morning the girl would say something just slick, like leo unapla nini ama unataka nikuje whatever. So she'd provoke him with words. And the dude one day lost it and was like, do whatever the fuck you want to do. And the girl was like, I do whatever the fuck I want to do. So they used to share one car. So they argued the night before the court case. So vile aliargue, dem akamwambia mi kesho nakuja kotini. Dude ko like, what the fuck, kesho nakuja? So he assumed that's a joke. Kambia mi kesho niki kudrop, pia mi nashuka na si wanaenda kotini. Dem msaka shuka, alafu kuangalia nyuma na dem anamfuata kotini. So she went in and testified, and now the case was there. So and the way she testified, the dude knew he was going to be deported. Sindio? So the dude says that they had another argument. Then she left. Now he was left alone. And before she left, she told him like, I'm going to make sure you go back to Kenya, so you can be as useless as you used to be. And this motherfucker was just angry. So he was so angry when she went clubbing. He went out and got some black American, akamuuliza niaje naweza pata ndenga. Like some Smith and Wesson.
The fuck?
Got the Smith and Wesson. The girl came in. He tried. Haikufire. Sindio? By that time he'd closed the door. So she went partying apparently, and partied till the next day, very late in the day. So she came in like in the evening. And by that time this dude had boiled with all the anger, because now he was seeing Kenya. He was just seeing the airport.
You were saying Kajito.
Yeah, he was seeing Kajitombe. So he grabbed the gun, tried to fire, gun haikutoka. And of course US, it's the country of DIY, do it yourself. So there was a hammer. So he just took the hammer and started beating the girl. And
What the fuck?
at some point she passed out. And when she passed out, he assumed she died. So he got into the car and just started driving. Alafu vile kimchapa, one of the neighbors came in to knock the door. And when he was knocking the door, he saw the commotion and I called 911. Sindio? So this dude got into that one car of theirs. So the US and APB mekuwa put out. So this motherfucker, he knew he was going to kill himself. So Leander lost control of the car and then crossed. Najua zile mahighways za states zile zinakuwaga refu.
Like 16 lane and shit.
Yeah. Crossed alafu akaenda ile place anajuaga hapa ama trailer zinakuaga. So jele siku ya nyani kufa kila mtu uteleza. Ati dude lingoja trailer. Ikangoja trailer. Hakuna trailer inakam. So what the dude did was he saw the police coming, whatever. Of course akarusha mikono juu and then he surrendered. Then now he goes to the police station knowing that the girl died. And vile alikuwa kwa hiyo room wakakama yeah, we are charging with the attempted murder. That's when the dude knew that the girl didn't die. So this dude ended up serving 13 years in an American jail. And then he was deported. So of course you know me and stories of violence against women. It's bullshit. That's number one. Number two, people don't owe you shit. So just because you took someone to America doesn't mean they owe you shit. So that to me was the bitch-ass thing to do. Like since mtu amekupeleka pahali una expect they become your lover forever. So the only thing is separate, enda kivyako, oni tenda mema enda zako. That's number one. That's for the dude. For the girl, if you're planning to fuck somebody up like that, don't tell them. Some people have very little regard for their own lives. Because me, that's how I normally put it. Like if you're ready to risk your freedom for love, or even risk your freedom for opportunities, you don't value your life. I check it.
Yeah.
Like yeah, so that's what happened. So now the girl will never walk perfectly. She had to come back to Kenya. She had a green card. But now this dude did so much damage to her that she could not survive alone in America. See? So now she fucked her future up, and this dude fucked his future up. And when I look at Nini, of course the dude was the one who was 100% on the wrong. Hakuna any arguments about that. Now the girl for provoking the dude, you are like now you lose such a good opportunity for yourself. Because let's be serious. Like subongaga juu ya shit, but at the end of the day, anyone who stays msanaishi states, wengi wetu wale tumesikia wakisema wanasemaga they've seen more opportunities than here, sindio? So this girl messed that up. Like even partying, like you want to party so much you forget your kid. Like, what the fuck, how fucked up is that? You're supposed to, it should be all about your kids, giving your kids the best life possible, sindio? But then for the dude, man, like you lost 13 years of your life. 13 freaking years of your life. So like you look at that and like of course this story tunapatiaga saying just in case saizi you've invited someone, they don't know you shit. And also the someone ukifika huko, don't provoke people. And this goes for both sexes, because unajua kile tuna-assume that it's only dudes. Even a woman can whatever you unatakuwa huko dem amekuita ufike pale kwa mimi ni mwanaume hii nyumba nikiingia suruali nateremka dem akue sawa itateremkia jela. Wakiangalia kani na mihadarati. So that was a scary story. Alafu ukitaka kujua how scary this was, as in any episode I hope we've had a skiza, because she told me, please Mav, don't even tell people that story, that guy is dangerous. I don't even know how this dude looks like, because what happened is Aniko Nini fan called me najua and
Mm.
told me like there's this whatever. A lot of Iko Nini fans will tell you I listen to people najua. I always like I'm like okay sir, I'll listen to the story. So when he called me, I actually talked to this dude and he painted the whole picture. I could see that day it was snowing. I could see him crossing the highway. I could see all this. And that level of anger that he showed is not a normal level of anger. And I think that's why wife alikuwa like alimuogopa. Aliniambia like I'll never even want you around the dude. Najua. And I'll be honest, like after niambia hivyo I was like yeah damn I should not be around this person. Like I'm not judging the dude but I'd never do that in a million lifetimes. Like I'm not that sort of dude. Like if life decided to fuck me in the ass that way I have to come back to Kenya. I'd just come back to Kenya. Najua I'd just be up like nilienda America bwana nikarudi tu hivi Sida naishi na Sida siku hizi.
Hautakuwa mtu wa kwanza.
You'd rather hammer something else.
Yeah. Hata nihame nirudi Kenya. Ni kuhama na kurudi Kenya. So but still I always feel like such stories need to be given so that people out there don't throw their lives because still nakumbuka Zach nikikwambia story ya the guy tulisoma na yeye Olimo. So there's some dude tulisoma na yeye Olimo like anaitwa Bernardo Bondo and this dude was such a cool dude najua. And I always tell everyone that I remember the dude cause he had this red lower lip najua. So
mekanikani wa moody
but it was just whatever. Alafu he was like unajua mkiwa watu hivi mnakuwa like funky little motherfuckers. This dude used to be clean najua. He was a clean very clean dude very calm. Walikuwa naishi hiyo area ya hiyo time akina madha walikuwa naita Gaylord. I don't know why the hell that place was. When I say Gaylord do you even know what I'm talking about? But kuna njia like ukitoka akina Adams njia unaenda kuna tremka hivi alafu unafika on the right kuna City Mortuary. Kutoka hiyo area nitangwa Gaylord in quotes. So that dude used to live around that area. So used to be a very calm dude. So I remember years later I'm watching National Geographic. I see this dude is in the US and he struggles from sleepwalking. So National Geographic went, captured him walking around whatever. And then out of curiosity tumeanza podcast na Zach. Kitu kaniambia like kuna hii episode niliwatchigia this dude. I'd want to watch it again. Najua watch the show again so that I learn about if I can rewatch it again and then I'll look for him. Because he was a cool dude. And I was I'm not kissing my own ass but me a lot of motherfuckers that went to school with me still remember me. Because I was either what I'm a what. But I was never the dude to forget. So I go and I type in his name. Alafu inakam Inuit information. Like what the fuck? So I see the lower red lip pop. I'm like what the fuck? And then I research. Then I hear the dude wife alimwambia anafaa kudivorce and he took a hammer and went at her. He beat her to death. Some white woman. So he got 37 to life. So he'll be eligible for parole after 37 years. So he got jailed in the year 2006. So now he's done. He's doing his 17th year in jail. He still has another 20 to go. Was it worth it? You know? Yeah. So that's the shit, man. Like scary shit. But so that's when the American dream turns into the American nightmare. So most probably saizi yuko somewhere. Most probably ameweka matatu zingine hazijuani. Najua. And
hardcore.
He's hardcore. Kama sivo maybe he's turned into someone's bitch. He's like every day nakuwaga yeah dude man. Like come here kunta kinte. Like you never know
but options waga tatu. Hiyo tatu siwezi sema.
It was the sal.
No.
I don't know. So
Cassius Clay. So like I can say.
So man, that's these are the stories, man. Like, so these are dudes in Kenya. Did 13 years. Said the jail that he did was not a maximum, haikuwa maximum, whatever. Said like one of the things that made him survive was the fact that akiwa Kenya he used to listen to a Canada joint. so by the time he went huko somehow became, he was not a bad person with the guards, so the guards were able to let him listen to his music, so kwansikiza kina Last Emperor, Immortal Technique, and before he knew it the 13 years were over. Check it. So
13.
never got anally raped or anything. He says like he was whatever. But yeah, like I try to imagine how the American dream can turn into an American nightmare. But I always feel sad for Bernard, like Obondo. And the reason is because I knew the dude, like it's one of those zile achikavile nilikuwa nasema like aka I was like but Devo de la Soul I was like what the fuck nacheki. So the same thing na Bernard Obondo, I'm like dude, I knew you, we were kids, we were small kids. What if I could foresee the future na ningekwambia like hey Buddha, utaenda hii country and one day you'll be provoked, please don't whatever. And maybe would he still have taken my advice? Acheki, because I've been in situations but I've never in my life thought about like picking up a hammer and hitting a human being. I've never even thought about picking up a hammer and hitting an animal. Like the most gangster shit mi nishaifanya ni kuua mosquito na mende mosquito na mende kajele mende kanapita hapo like iya kanyaga amona imwagia maji moto. That's the most gangster shit I've ever done. Like the coldest shit I've ever done of course is kill a chicken because I had to eat that shit. So ile but you come to humans, I have a certain respect for human life that I never feel like alafu unajua tastes change, feelings change. Kuna hii shit ile nilisikia kwa internet msa akisema like never do anything because of anger, because a few hours later you might feel different. So you might think that you love this woman to death but you don't. Just give it time heals everything. A few years later you'll see some other woman shows up there with, if it's us it's a fatter ass,
better looking.
Yeah, like don't
Kwanza, like in the times we are living in, it's very hard to know the real person because you know kwa ulimpata kwa maybe social media profile yake ilikuwa inasema anakaa hivi, so mkipatana yata try ku maintain that image yenye unamjua nayo, then akiwa kwa wase wengine ana feel maybe that was is a party animal, ama you're a party animal but you're never comfortable in the house. So later akianza kushow like his or her true colors, you may get super annoyed. Vitu wanafanya ziko zina kutick off easily and then you don't like the person you've become. So inakuwa tu that moment of madness unamhit na all the anger for like 10 years zenye mekalishana nayo na ni kitu kidogo tu. So a lot of this squeeze wasi wako na multiple personalities na si disorders. Ni vile tu weza kuna ni like cause I like hip hop, so mi nda try kukua na napenda hip hop sana. Mwingine ananipenda juu ya Mugithi, so una try ku appealing to them, unajipata you've lost yourself in so many personalities trying to appeal to people. So maybe when ukishaanza kujua msee vile anakaa, you can't deal with that person anymore. So I think maybe the society yenye tunaishi saa hiyo not true to ourselves. Na kupata msee mwenye maybe ni honest to you is just I think it's you are lucky. Kupata msee mwenye mnakalishana na mna understand each other.
But don't usifanye kitu yote
but don't do some dumb shit, man.
Anger is overrated and all that bullshit, as in just calm the fuck down, baby, calm down. Like what the fuck, listen some Rema and just because usifanye kitu cost life yako tu ya nini, because alafu pia another thing ni usiwai judge mtu, like that's why I don't also believe into hizi stories za nini. I don't believe in hizi stories living certificate. Nekonga living what?
No, living cert.
hizi waga they describe your character like anyone who nimesema anyone who went to school na mimi and I went to school another person who went to school with Bernardo Bondo because Bernardo Bondo I think he went to Moi Forces Academy I think kuna fano iko nini alituambiaga hivyo and fano iko nini tu Eriko Chieng nasema walikuwa gachuo pamoja this guy was a captain huko najua like yeah he was a captain and he went to the US basketball I think umsali tuambia hizo stories zote so he was such a calm dude ended up committing one of the most heinous crimes you can think of me I was never a calm dude I was rowdy I was those people who are taken as using drugs and all that bullshit and
mlikuwa mnaitwa elements
there's
some elements
so kuna msansema ti Da Vinci Roba alikuwa anasema I once had battered someone and I regret that act till today because the next day the guy had a bandage around his eye say no to anger kuna kuagana hizo Migwi 97 nasema link ya live Buddha siku hizi naambiaga watu jo lazima wachangamke nini inaitwa nini ile super chat jo watu wasipochangamka tunasemaga tu acha tu si wote tuende the land of Kajito ambaye aka kulala so ninafanya tuna nini tuna bonga hizi stories because even like ikikam to taste like vitu kila kitu evolve because I always look at even like my campus days ile story moja za kushesikia nikisema ile like I used to hang around two girls one girl had a huge ass and the other one had like a not small but whatever and I just liked the one with the huge ass but now later in life those two I'd never look at the huge I'd look at this because with time now taste yangu will evolve I was a kid and as a kid nilikuwa nimegrow up around like wajaka na kwa wajaka alikuwa nyako bigisienda mduo kabisa isienda mduo yani lazima ikue so nilikuwa obsessed na Woodham alikuwa na very huge nini afa kingine kaluka kama ni noki and I was there treating her like shit now later in life I'm there like damn if I go back in time I'd smack myself like this is the ish right here I check it so but it shows you how taste everything evolves so this one person who you think you love more than your freedom you don't love them more than your freedom and alafu pia so hizo ni decisions wasame make out here I mean but story nataka kujua ni kam Kenya kalienda jela no way that would be interesting to hear najua like
like benefits
alafu koza kalienda na hizi kuwa deported forever because I think
self-made haizi kosa mzee anajua
I think New Zealand only changed the law so much that if you're a permanent resident but they know your roots ni Kenya ukicommit crime una lose citizenship unarudishwa Kenya New Zealand hataki kujua and I'm thinking most probably that's the same thing that
ni prime minister wa Kamadha akajoke siku hizi
like joke
si alikuwa na pia na press conference and then there's a tremor and she's not shaken alisema we continue that's a cold person
alafu nichiki resign majuzi
aliresign
aliamua alisema it's the right time to do it Kevin Kamau iko masaidi za Seattle anasema we love Ekanene out here asante sana
thank you man
asante
tuna appreciate so kuna hiyo alafu kitu interesting tulibongana nani anaitwa nani Nyerere kuna bongana Nyerere kwa nasema vile kuna most probably in the year 2023 ni Njugush na akina Abel wataenda kuperform in hii place inaitwa nini Canada afu kwa nasema they are going as the whole crew so let's put it out there jo Zach hiyo ni nime so nataka kuiput it out there Ikanene we are ready to travel we are ready to see the world we don't own any hammers so ukitaka kutubeba na kutuleta kufanya nini huko but it's a good thing actually I hope ya kinanita kwa super successful because it's only a matter of time before afikie podcasts unajua
Yeah.
so so vile tumesema hiyo nini ya Nyerere iko on Patreon na pia YouTube members. It won't stay there for as long as kama ile show tumewapatia leo ile the Deck 16th show. It's finally out. That show is 2 months old. So vile tulisema jo, if you can't join us on Patreon, please be like the silent patron. Najua so mtu akiwatchio show ya Nyerere atasikia tukisema hivyo like be like the silent patron. Ukitusupport hivyo tunabaki appreciate. But yeah, tunatry ku maybe push out a few of the shows that are on Patreon to come to the mainstream so that they are replaced by other exclusive shows that watu wengine wataiona like 2 months ama 3 months later. So if you want to see that shit when it's still fresh,
subscribe and become one.
Patronies.
Jo. Alafu
El Patron
it starts from as low as $5 to as high as $20 at some point. Pia I think for the members at some point I think we can do ile shit ya nani check nani anaitwa nani Lambiste kana do show strictly na members like live shows. So that would also be interesting one day to explore. You do I think ni Sundays ama Saturdays na kwa strictly members only. So if you're a member unataka kujoin hapo tunaweza
hopefully nini haitakuwa imechange sana cause Wachikiwa mother wa nini ameresign wa YouTube.
Mother wa YouTube ameresign. But I think they've made such a successful model. I don't think they're going to rock the boat that much. Because it's been successful. Like it's the biggest. See, you know, ina take the biggest whatever expenditure come to audiovisual. Alafu Google now takes the rest. Because you know the reason why akina KTN and the rest are struggling. Because now advertisers have to whatever. Sinajua. Ati kuna Elizabeth Chemtai kusema we mi sikuwa najua kupigana but maneno na kutocha emotionally na kushukisha ego but nowadays naangalia tu yo nini Elizabeth baki umejua hivyo some men hawezi take yo being like kushukishwa emotionally. They're going to react violently najua. So make sure kuzata muyo naga hiyo funny sana ile niache shaheni mwanaume
Niko na acting surprise. Kuna mwingine kamlami kali act surprised yani. Yukalizushia huo mzee kamzushia akachopo tu moja pap kalikuwa shocked. Kaangalia kila mtu. Na sasa hiyo watu wote wamenyamaza.
You've slapped me kidero.
Kulikuwa na hiyo you slap me kidero. Nakumbuka hiyo. Na that dude still finished his term. Inakuonyesha vile Africa ni Africa. Hiyo shit states unaandika like resignation hapo
kwanza ukihope hakuna any other like charges coming.
Although Republicans I think you can get away now. Republicans walikama wakashukisha level pia. Kuna vile nini like Republicans walishukisha level ikikam to like the quality of leaders they want. Then now Democrats come on this bullshit where you can't even define who a woman is. So states ni
kama nani most fucked up thing niliona ile umesema about Democrats ni this dude, this gay artist Sam Smith. Alikuwa nasema like he one day you know he likes fishing and one day he love to become a fisher them. Sasa nashanga fisher them ni nini? Kumbe amechange the them ikuwe man. Ametoa man ikuwe them. You want to become a fisher them. What the
kuna hiyo nini like kuna msema
sasa hata atatoa ati mankind ikuwe them kind.
Ndio
Some
listen if it makes them happy say it. Never ever expect me to say that shit. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Wanakuangana hiyo
nyie mnaweza sema mkiwa wenyewe but mimi ile kitu najua ni hivi na hivi na hivi.
Kuzimenikumbusha majuzi I think niliona some white dude pia alikuwa ameshare hiyo. Alikuwa ameshare Azizi ilikuwa black dude. It was actually a black dude. Alikuwa ameshare hii clip fulani ya dem some black girl kwa podcast. Yuko na tattoos mpaka kwa shingo. udem iko like yeah I'm bisexual, I'm attracted to both men and women. The difference is I don't want the man to be inside me, I want to be inside him.
Huh?
omse ninena shtuka alafu anasema like that dude finishes anasema like this is mental health. Najua like watu wananid kuchekiwa and it's true. Like when you come to think of it to some degree ni mental health. We can't unajua ukisema hivyo watu watasema ni hate. But every time you go against nature with that nini it's a mental health issue.
juu
kama sisa alikuwa mpeleka mtoi wake clinic leo then alikuwa naangalia kadem fulani cause mimi na yetu kona katoi kadem to them. Na sasa nishaanza kuget zile is your kids ni pierced? What age?
I don't know.
So, okay, so sahi mi niko paranoid because me I don't trust hizi is a salon because unajua inaweza kuwa tena ni issue ya tetanus and some shit. But sasa pia amekuwa na those thoughts akaona katoika amekuwa pierced.
Wangu kwa pierced mapema hivyo. I think she was at least maybe 4. Of course it can be done earlier but I think I'll go 4 because I remember she was super happy and she could talk, express herself. So I think she was like 4.
But sasa vile akatoika liitwa kuchekidoki it was kalikuwa kaboy a 2-year-old kakona earrings.
Ka 2-year-old boy. Okay, shit alafu I hope it's not a single mother.
I don't know but nilikuwa like what the fuck. As in at least ngoja mtoi grow up as a kid then hizo vitu akiona ni right him or her atajifanyia.
I think hiyo ndio
nowadays utaona mtoi
hiyo ndio argument wase wengi wako wana try kuambia hao watu hao ma liberals like atukatai mtu akifika hiyo age na asikie some funny tingling thing kwa butthole ajue yuko hiyo side ingine but at that time anajijua but wakiwa wadogo hivi unawafundisha vitu even hata kuconcentrate wametuma mtoi kikombe pale arudi nayo by the time fika hapa amesahau wewe unataka kumwekea vitu zingine heavy kwa akili vitu za
si vile wife wa Dwayne Wade alikuwa anasema like now the first baby mama wa Dwayne Wade ulienda saa mtoi wa huu son wake remember the way alikuwa anasema that hataki mtoi wake identify ka nini because it's still a kid like a 12-year-old kid. Alafu of course akina Gabriel Union she wants to seem cool and everything so they're like this is a boy who thinks hizi vitu zote funny enough ni mental health lakini sasa white people control the world now we are being told
TZ kuna book fulani TZ wameban ndio na Mother Samia ameban book fulani hiyo book ilikuwa ya watoi wagai kuna hizo tu cartoons so sasa hivi wamechange cartoons zote yani zimebaniwa TZ.
Do you know what would be funny talking about things being banned? Season 1 ya the up shows ilikuwa translated na Butita sindio? And ningetaka sana Butita ki translate season 3 because he do it strictly for money. So you know right now they have to have a gay scene. So like kwa season 3 kuna like 2 dudes breaking up najua and it was so messed up because it's a funny show najua like if you have Wanda Sykes and nani Mike Epps it's going to be funny so this breaking up is happening alafu mtu wangu akaingia kwa room hapo by time na realize yuko hapo mina madhake tulikuwa hapo tunacheka the good parts then you're like that damn do I want to confuse my kid with this half you're like at least this is a daughter now try and imagine your son like right now because of today's TV I'd say it's harder raising a son than a daughter around TV because TV iko full of shit as in the every series you might think of lazima nacheki like
kwanza sahi wana target the blacks
yeah.
as in the
cheki the woman king
to
so
spoil tu kiasi.
I'm watching the woman king so Ian na wife wako hapo so mi na watch cause niko naambia watu like, the cinematography yeah so na wasifia alafu there's this very feminine dude so nikamwambia like you see nikasema you see the Hollywood bullshit alafu nangambia wife iko like it's just in your head nikalenga so like maybe mpaka nikauliza
nimecheki nikasema I think siko nimecheki poa
the next scene asema some dude like yes the king is so very feminine like the movement but with a bass and I'm there like Africa wasn't rolling like that in the 1830s
me the one thing that for me is like a light at the end of the fucking tunnel and I'm not talking about your tunnel
that tunnel has no light at the end
the fact that every big Hollywood movie right now is trying to get into China. You understand like China is like crazy so killer movies are in a try to go China and in China you're not going to show that bullshit. So if you really want to make money now it's time you're going to weigh your liberalism
and going on rate China sana everything everywhere all at once has a lesbian girl
ni Chinese
yeah
iko mpaka na some kung fu it's a kung fu movie with a good script
but how much money are they making in the
I don't know how
compared
much
to how much China, they would make in China because nasikia ka kuna movie fulani walikuwa wanasema ili I think one of the last movies imegross like 100 and something million in the whole world but in China it was like 300 and something like
it's
unacheki so ina make saizi eti kila mtu akimake movie kila mtu akimake movie saizi anatry kuweka ka scene ka building fulani ya China cause apparently in China the whole year movies are nje they can only show 24 movies so everyone is scrambling to get into that space kuko one of the 24 so for you to be one of the 24 you have to do something to please China either show a building or some shit and then now some of this bullshit you might have to cut it if you want to make that money maybe hao wase wengine ni vile tayari wameshajua they are not going to cut it so wasema kama mbaya but for everyone that wants to make it they will have to censor that shit.
It's become too much.
It's too much like you can insinuate you can tell us like these two guys are going out these two guys want to go fuck they enter a room and it ends there you don't have to
like nasema like P-Valley turned to penis
you don't have to show every fucking
I was there like
alafu apart from P-Valley which other kuna hii this one was based on a game The Last of Us The Last of Us had like a whole episode that was just two gay dudes najua alafu you could see it coming like squeezy paka Hollywood scripting is becoming predictable you can just see it alafu kitu fani ni British writing si hivo not every British whatever has a gay whatever but every American has
me so, it's going to get sick or Bible like at my age I've already enjoyed all the good movies I want to enjoy hizi vitu zingine zote kuna vitu naweza block out it's not going to kill me kuna vitu I can just like block them out
kusema The Last of Us kuna hiyo like just two gay dudes so this dude has set up traps eventually this dude shows up at his place he saves him the next thing two bearded dudes are going at each other exchanging saliva and they're like okay so this is whatever so there's hata vile conspiracy theories kusema kuna agenda it's actually an agenda right
it is
not every story has that like the Woman King why it's an African story
even these movies were like these movies that ni story like ni based on some true stories or whatever za huko western and then there has to be like a token black guy I know they have to do that for their but it doesn't make sense wezi nionyesha hapa movie ya romance na kuna kamseka like stop appropriating shit
kuna hizo nini jo ati the girl kid from Last of Us is also gay. Okay, I don't know. But yeah, so asanteni sana. Ni a few minutes to 1. Watu wametuambia tuende place inaitwa Kajitombe. Wala wajasema hivyo wameturushia something through M-PESA.
Thank you so much.
Kama last week ilikuwa Natal.
Natal.
Asante sana for you. I think was there someone else somewhere? Okay, sikumbuki, but Natal alikuwa last week. Hiyo wiki ingine pia I remember kuna mtu alikuwa ametunini. So asanteni sana like hata kama tumekusahau sahau like
tunajua
fans tunawapenda wote whatever the fuck that was.
mafans tunawapenda.
So vile tumesema jo tunashukuru sana. Next week tutatry ku whatever like guaranteed some new Patreon shit will be dropping
of course.
So tukimalizia hii tukikwambia ukiandika script make sure you've included some transgender people. That's the way to go.
Tukimalizia
tukisema
eko nene